Hey everyone, it's DERICKA, your copywriting cousin, and welcome back to DERICKA Writes, where we help accounting and finance firms elevate their copy using storytelling tactics to really help them stand out in their in-person and online spaces. So, today we're going to talk about a really hot topic and hopefully some reminders that accounting and finance firms can take away so that you can improve your systems, improve your content, and most importantly, improve your copy in the process. So let's get started. Now, I want y'all to really focus and remind y'all of three major areas of your business that are really important for you to focus on at this time. First is websites and your landing page, especially with the copy that is embedded within there. I always advertise and advise my clients and also other accounting and finance firms to really check and update their website copy every single quarter. Why? Because over the course of 3 months, a lot can change within your company. The slogan could have changed, the storyline that you produce could change, your testimonials could change, your services could change. A lot can change within the matter of 3 months. And therefore, you want the most up-to-date information available so that anyone who browses the story that is mentioned on your website gets the full scoop of everything on there. You don't want them to miss out on anything that is very beneficial to them. So therefore, making sure that your website copy is up to par, but also making sure that the pictures are updated, the meta tags are good and things of that nature is very crucial as well. So I encourage you to do a deep dive of it at least once every 3 months, make changes to it as well, and keep it pushing from there. Secondly is email marketing and email marketing strategies. Now, emails are still on and popping, especially in the accounting and finance spaces, which is why it's important for you to hone in on it, especially as you build your own personal platform on these systems as well. But I want y'all to really think about how you can automate emails as well, how you can utilize email templates and things of that nature too, so that you can get the best results for every single email that you send out, whether it's to your clients, prospective clients, returning clients, all types of people who you send emails to. Even your internal communications as well can be improved with storytelling attached to it and things of that nature too. But I want y'all to also look at your pipelines as well. Look at the types of email marketing strategies that you're even doing, if you have any to begin with. You need to make sure that these are strategies and systems that you are embedding within your company and for your clients so that you can build personal relationships with them and keep them coming back for more. Now, thirdly is content, specifically around online content. I know a lot of accounting and finance firms out there today are honing in on social media to truly drive traffic to what they're offering. But I would argue that social media, yes, is a great tool and a free tool 9 times out of 10 to use to drive traffic to your page. But you don't want that to be the end result for your potential clients. Why? Because that's a platform that you do not own. You don't own Instagram, you don't own Facebook, you don't own Twitter. Anything can be taken down at that moment for any reason whatsoever. So I encourage you to use social media and social media strategies, postings, and things of that nature to drive that traffic to a platform that you do own, like your websites, like your email lists, and things of that nature. See how everything's coming full circle right here? So it's really important for you to hone in on these 3 areas and aspects as you go into 2025 in advance as well. In today's video, we're actually going to touch on the first point that we just talked about, and we're going to talk about the anatomy of a great storytelling timeline for your websites and landing pages. This is very crucial, especially for a time like today, mainly because when it comes to websites and landing pages, not many accounting and finance firms know the beauty that comes with using that and utilizing storytelling tactics to truly tell great, compelling stories that will drive your audience in for more and keep the returning ones coming back and being continuously informed, entertained, and given the necessary resources that they need to continue with their businesses or their ventures and things of that nature as well. Now, when most people think of websites and landing pages, they typically just think of the pages themselves, what it needs to include and things of that nature. But when I think of them as stories and short stories. The websites are the stories, which tells a full, compelling story from start to finish. But the landing pages are more of a short story that just gets straight to the point in a few short pages, essentially. But 9 times out of 10, a landing page only has 1 to 2 pages, but we'll get into that one momentarily. Let's go into the nitty-gritty of what a storyline for a great and compelling website looks like, by first going through the types of pages that you should have on them as well. So of course, the pages that you would typically have on any website should at least be the home page, a contact me page, a services page, and maybe even an about me page. It just depends on what type of accounting and finance firm you own, what you offer, what it entails, and things of that nature too. So let's dive into it. The home page is typically where your audience is going to start along their journey of reading your story. The home page is basically the synopsis page. It gives them a little glimpse of everything that they can offer on the page, what they can see, what they can catch up on, and things of that nature. The top of the page is that eye opener that they need to see right away to get their attention and keep their attention as they continue to venture down the pages, right? So I always say that when it comes to the attention grabber, you have to have a compelling few sentence line that also contains your unique value proposition, or what makes your accounting and finance firm unique from the others. Sometimes you can even have an offer if you're offering a sale or anything like that, but we'll get into the nitty-gritty of that later on too. Now, in addition to the home page being the synopsis page of your entire website, you also want to make sure that it contains the storyline. So typically in some type of story outline, you have an introduction, you have like a rising action, falling action, and things of that nature. But in a website form, what that looks like is the attention grabber, or any type of offer that you have for them. It looks like a little bit of telling about you and things of that nature. It looks more like telling like testimonials towards the end and things of that nature, just to keep them informed, and at the end having a contact area so that they can go straight to where they can contact you, where they can book a call or a session or anything like that. It's actually pretty straightforward and simple, especially for those who just want the nitty-gritty right away. But some people love a full outline story, so let's dive into the next page. Now, next is an about section, and I highly encourage that this about section is less about your firm and more about the solutions that you can offer to your audience, to your clients. Why is that? Because when people read a story, they don't want to know about the author themselves. They want to know the lesson. They want to know what they can get out of it and things of that nature too. They want to make some type of connection to the story and things of that nature. You can't do that when you're just talking about yourself all the time. So when it comes to the about section, I highly suggest that you keep the about you very, very short. Just put in a few sentences where you just explain what your firm does and how you can help and things of that nature. But the rest of the page should focus strictly on your clients. It should focus strictly on your main audience. Why? Because that's what's going to keep them gravitating throughout the whole entire story, the whole entire website. That's what's going to keep them hooked, so that they can know, oh, you actually do care about me, or oh, you're not just a self-centered firm just talking about themselves and things of that nature. People usually get first impressions, if not from the home page, then from the about section. And if you tell a compelling story that includes them within it, then it's going to keep them hooked and wanting more going forward. This is a perfect segue to the next page on your website, which will most likely be your services page or anything like that of the sort. So in the services page is where you're going to break down your offers. It's going to be where you let your potential clients and your audience know how you can help them further, just like you mentioned briefly in the about section, so that they can see in action how you can help them. Now, when it comes to this section, you want to make sure that you include bullet points. Why? Because on a website, like I said, they get a glimpse into it. And whenever someone wants to read a book, they don't want to read fluff. They don't want to see a bunch of jumbled words together that just speak nonsense or don't really help them understand more about what you can offer them to begin with. So instead, using bullet points for each of your services or even the products helps them really hone in on what needs to be focused on in terms of how that connects with them, how they can visualize themselves using that service and really working with you to get to that point as well. You also want to make sure that each of these bullet points mentions something about their pain point when it comes to the service that is meant to be the solution piece for them. Remember, your audience has a problem. Just like in any type of story, there's a problem that needs to be solved. You need to make sure that those bullet points can address those firsthand without them having to wonder, okay, that's it, or that doesn't really answer my question. So that's that. And it's important to note as well that this same tactic applies for product pages as well. You don't just want to include all unnecessary fluff. Bullet points will be just fine. They will include solutions, not addressing the characteristics of the product itself, but solutions that will help your audience understand how they can truly benefit from what you have to offer for them. And finally, we have the contact me page, which is where they will end the story, which they will end their journey on your website. Now, this is a perfect or happy ending to the story. I know that there are some stories out there that have cliffhangers and things of that nature that leads you to a part 2. We're not trying to end them at a part 2 right here, okay? We're trying to give them that happy ending, that clarity that, hey, if you want all this to happen for you, then it's time for you to work with us. It's time for you to book that call. It's time for you to send this email, fill out this form, whatever it is. Please make sure to keep it to one source. So if you want them to book a call, tell them to book a call. Put the calendar in there. If you want them to send you an email, put your email down there and anything that they need to include in there so that they can know how to contact you. You want to make sure that this is as simple as possible. Otherwise, you will lose your audience. You will lose that clientele who are trying to just know more about how to contact you. Do not complicate it, please. Now, sometimes you have stories that have epilogues at the end or may have a little additional story to tell at the end. Well, if you're wondering what that is, it can actually be a blog on your website. A blog is a perfect way to provide your audience with more insight into the types of topics that you talk about and things of that nature, but it also gives them little tidbits of more that they can see about your firm that helps them gain a better connection with you and ultimately helps them keep them informed on how you can still help them in the process, how you can be their solution piece, and how they can trust you at the same time as well. This is something that I highly encourage accounting and finance firms to hone in on, mainly because you can create your blog on any topic. I highly suggest that you stick with the industry that you're in though, to help your audience really focus on what you want them to focus on in terms of how you can help them with their problems. However, it's also a great avenue for you to be creative in any aspect that you choose. So I highly encourage you to include a blog section if you haven't already and really hone in on topics that will truly benefit your audience. Brief change of scenery, but now let's go on and talk about landing pages, which are the complete condensed version of websites. And it's also one of the main factors, the main resources that you can use throughout your firm, without your organization and things of that nature to truly promote a specific product, a specific service, a special, or anything like that, even a course, a service, a program, whatever. And that's truly the huge difference between websites and landing pages. Landing pages are more condensed, sort of like a short story, if you will. While websites give you the main course, they give you a full novel from start to finish. And you're encapsulated with many ideas, many thoughts and things of that nature that condense and come together to form one central brand, one central firm. And that's the important part about it. But landing pages are a bit different in that you're truly focusing on one central idea, similar to small and short stories. So what is the layout for a landing page that you really need to focus on as you continue with growing and elevating your firm, your business, what have you? Well, let's get into it. The easiest outline to focus in on when it comes to your landing pages is attention grabber, problem, solution piece, and ways to get to that solution. Now, what do I necessarily mean by that? Your attention grabber is what's going to catch the attention of the target audience that you're trying to get, whether that's people who are within a certain tax bracket, or people who have a specific tax status, or anyone who is in a particular situation where they need your service or your service can offer them help. Whoever your target audience is, that is who you're gearing it towards, which means that the language that you embody has to correlate with them. You have to know what they say, you have to know what attracts them, you have to know what keeps their attention. Otherwise, you're just going to be shooting loose bullets trying to hit a target that's not there. So this also keeps you in range with who you're trying to attract as well. Next, you also want to introduce the problem or the issues that your audience is having at this time. And you want to make sure that you are addressing them up front. Don't sugarcoat anything. Do not beat around the bush. Just tell them straight up, what is their problem? Why? Because personability is key in both of these areas. The more personable and real you can get with your audience when it comes to your websites and your landing pages, the better you are to attract them more and more to you. Now, when you're giving the solution piece, which is the third step of this landing page, what you're going to do is focus in on them, not you. Similar to how we did on the website, only this time we're going in a little more condensed with a different idea or just a specific idea, product, what have you. We're trying to focus in on your audience, what solution they need in their lives, and trying to convince them in a few short bullet points why this is the solution for them. Not about you, not about what you can offer, not about this, not about that, but sell them with a solution that they cannot refuse, that they cannot take down. And that all hinders on what you addressed as their problems beforehand. You have to make sure that you address them in a personable way and make sure that these points are short, sweet, and to the point, because remember, this is a landing page. It's like a short story. It's condensed, it's short, it's to the point. And we don't need to push any further fluff onto your audience because they want solutions and they want it now. So give it to them right then and there. And finally is the seller. Show them how they can begin to get to that solution now. Is it by filling out a form? Is it by purchasing this product? Is it by booking a call with you? You have to make sure that not only is this tying to the personability aspect that we talked about previously, which we will touch on in another video coming up soon, but you also want to make sure that it is one specific action. The attention spans of people nowadays is fairly short, and I can only imagine in the future it's going to continue to decrease from here. So if you really want to keep their attention, focus in on one central action that you want them to do. Don't take them through multiple steps that they have to do, especially with landing pages, because that's only going to confuse them and get them to really click off fast because they don't know what to do, they don't know what action to take, and that loses that security that you kind of built with them in the beginning of your landing page. So let's focus on one central action, whether you want them to press a button, whether you want them to book a call, whether you want them to send you an email or anything like that. But I highly encourage you that whatever action you want them to take, make sure that it's easy and simple for them to do right away. So maybe emailing is not the best approach. Maybe a form that they can fill out that's quick, easy, they can submit it, go on about their day. Or maybe you can also just have your calendar ready for them to book a call. They can just pick a spot, pick a date, pick a time, boom, booked and secured. So those are the tips that I have for you in order to keep that landing page in a storytelling format, but also making sure that it's very effective for you going forward. So those are little tips and tricks that I wanted to relay to you to help you improve on your website and landing page copy for the rest of the duration of your business. Now, in future videos, we're going to dive deeper into these, such as what it entails in terms of a storytelling format to have these websites and landing pages looking the way that they need to attract your audience, to provide them with the right solutions that they need, and have them know that they are special, that you are focusing on their problems, and that you are here for them, not for you, not for any ulterior motive or anything like that. Authenticity is always the key in storytelling, and when it comes to implementing that within your copy for your websites and your landing pages, and even the layout of your websites and landing pages, that's what's going to drive more and more potential clients, potential prospects, and even returning clients to come back to you more and more and see you as a valuable resource in their eyes. So I hope that this video has been very helpful. Once again, this will be a series, so we'll be diving more into what that looks like from a storytelling format and how you can implement that into your firm today or your business today to help you truly elevate using storytelling tactics. Once again, my name is DERICKA, and I'm your copywriting cousin and strategist. I hope that this video has helped you really begin to think about what you're going to do in terms of your current websites and landing pages to truly make the best out of it and the most out of this resource, because it's a very valuable resource if you nurture it correctly. So until next time, I hope that y'all have a great one. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe, and also post in the comments what was your eye-opening moment from this video. So I hope that y'all have a great one. I hope that y'all are doing well and staying safe out there. Until next time, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.